Star Swamp, like most metro bushlands, has a large number of weeds in there. Came from three major sources. One was from the early pioneer sailing ships that picked up feed in South Africa and brought with the feed all the weed seeds from South African plants. The secondary way was from garden rubbish, and Star Swamp was used over the years for dumping garden rubbish from surrounding houses. The third way was actually things that were deliberately introduced to feed cattle, sheep, horses in the early days, lupins being one of those, veldtgrass being another, and veldtgrass is one of the biggest problems in a lot of our bushland these days. So it was deliberately introduced, but is really not much good as cattle feed. Some of the worst weeds in here after veldtgrass is freesias and the bulbous weeds that have come from people's garden rubbish, because they form a carpet of bulbs under the ground and also seed, so they can spread quite rapidly and actually carpet the ground, stopping any native plants from germinating. And that's one of the biggest problems with weeds. There's little nutrient around as it is, so if you have thousands of weeds taking the nutrients away, there's nothing left for the native plants. They'll also shield the ground, shade it out, and stop seedlings growing underneath and take up a lot of the moisture before it has a chance to get down into the ground. So we spend a lot of time, once upon a time, purely on lupins, and now we've started on things like pelargonium, another South African plant. We try to go around and get out as many of the bulbous things as we can as well. And GPS things like Geraldton waxes that came from people's garden rubbish. If we can GPS them, the city comes out in about January every year and does their woody weed clean up and takes them out for us.